Hi, I'm Mackie McCandlish, drafting 8-4 Innistrad, deep inside the strads of the ends. I like Macias. He is mysterious and powerful, which is what I look for in a mythic rare. Mystery and power and shipping a white signal. If we end up, I guess we'll be able to tell when we get this pack back the state of green, but in all likelihood, since there is no blue and no black, we're really not getting meaningful stuff. Probably not getting meaningful information back from that pack. We've got a Prey Upon, kind of a weak. This pack's on the weaker side. I don't think you take the Village Bellringers here in a cut white attempt. I think that's a little bit silly. Think Twice, Forbidden Alchemy, and Prey Upon, and the Mystics and the Ashmouth Hound are all worth considering. And he's splashable because he can come in late and do amazing things. So it's really Prey Upon, Think Twice, maybe Forbidden Alchemy, but they want to go in very different decks, whereas green-white is fine. I think it might be kind of silly to try to force white when you have this little information and we're getting this so much blue. Yeah. Prey Upon doesn't go great in white, but green's usually open and he can make things happen with a lot of decks. And, you know, we'll see. Whatever's open is open. We'll just play whatever's open. Well, we've got an awesome Cultist, we got a bunch of white, we got a good green card. I think we definitely want to be in white. This is not as strong as these two cards, but it's got evasion and it blocks a lot of things in the air. So I think it's fine. White is implied to be fairly open from a pack like this. I like me a Cultist, I like me a Devils, I like me a Festerhide Boar, but I like me being white evasion and being happy about it. Some green, some white. Okay, so if I were black, I'd like the Interlopers here, or the more the Interlopers than the Ghoul. If I'm white-green, maybe make a wish on the tabling. I could just take a Fox here. Not a huge fan of Rebuke. I think I'm fine just taking the Fox. It's not the strongest thing. I mean, I could take the Ghoul just in case we end up black. But I'm not desiring to be black here, I don't think. Smite the Monstrous, Harvest Pyre is splashable, Hollow Henge is okay, some good blue. The white is okay at this point, so I don't think the white's getting cut. Black seems pretty cut. Blue maybe a little bit. Red not as much. White maybe. I think this, if you're already in white, this is similar enough to do similar things. We're not necessarily green by a stretch of the imagination, and we're not getting the best green, to be honest. We're seeing better white, better blue. Think Twice, Rage Thrower. I do love me a Rage Thrower. That is the truth. And the power level of these guys is they're not blowing anybody away, but that's faux show. Second color choices. Or try to lock down the white. I think I'd rather fill out the early stuff. And it's weaker than Think Twice, but the colors just don't mix that well. But now we're getting a bunch of black and blue. More black than blue, slightly more. Sideboard, we already have something for enchantments. Or these cards. Not really pushing enough. And we're seeing such a blue open that it might be good to go that way. Seeing a lot of blue. Yeah, I think blue in this case. Oh, I love me Rally the Peasants like you wouldn't believe. So maybe we will start paying more attention to the red that goes by. We don't have a token thing or whatever going that would really get me excited about the blade yet. There's Kindercatch, which if we were green-white would be playable. And Riot Devils aren't really exciting by any stretch of the imagination, so we can throw this in the back. If I end up red, I want to be ready. Okay, Pitchburn Devils versus Abbey Griffin. Pitchburn Devils are obviously better. Probably don't play Kindercatch then. And he goes well with my cool damage thing I got. I do like me a Rally the Peasants, I can't lie. So green was not really open. Blue was fairly open. Premature on the Kindercatch. White was pretty open. But altogether, there's probably a... I mean, I was kind of led by the nose of Micaeus, or he led my nose or something. Whereas the blue cards we were getting, I mean, they were, honestly, they weren't that great. The one color I don't have. We do have Smite the Monsters, so we can deal with him at least. Do we take the Gallows Warden like a good little boy, or go black-white and dump our 2 red cards? He is more powerful than any... Yeah, he really is. It's just a question we want to strengthen the white, but I don't think so. He's more powerful than any of these other colors that I'm in. I think we want to be black-white. We're seeing a lot of black-white, which is good. We could take the Abattoir Ghoul here, or the Chapelgeist. Intimidate Rider doesn't impress me that much. No, unless we're getting some sort of equipment thing going. I think I put the Ghoul a little bit above the Chapelgeist. It's a tough one. Maybe we still splash the Rally the Peasants because I like it so much. Well, this deck was made for Unburial Rites. If it can get some milling, I might just be able to do amazing things with it. I like this. I think that's the best thing here for me. Could get something back from that. Well, we're going hard to the mat on the black, and we're fine with that. That's a late wave. That, or I just like waves a lot more than anybody else. We don't have any super strong ghouls to get back currently. We can't count on getting any such ghoul. So I kind of like the Fen Snake more. Fen Snake can do some things that other cards can't. We might play that one, but we're probably not playing the Ashmouth. Probably not playing these. Need to do a lot of work on pack 3. Nothing here is doing stuff for me. If we're forced to play this guy, I'm going to be sad. Could take... seen some good stuff in other colors. Blazing Torch or Patrician. Probably Blazing Torch. I'd like me a Patrician, though. But I like me a Torch also. You can't have everything. Well, we want to get things in the graveyard, hopefully. Probably, let's see if we get all blue in pack 3 again. That would be unfortunate. Add to my Kinder collection. Nah. Catch me some children, bring them to my house in a bag of Kinder kindling. I didn't really get much back from that after all. I guess that was a charitable thing to say. Land destruction if we desperately desire it. We don't have much in the way of vampires. I think this guy's more annoying. Yay, we're gonna play all our 5-drop land destruction. So wow, we still need to get 7 cards. Eeks. Brimstone, Volley, Mausoleum Guard. Vampire Interlopers. Mausoleum Guard, Brimstone Volley. Brimstone Volley, Pitchburn Devils. I wish we had things that sacrificed things that made me want to play this more. We might get a Disciple of whatever, if we're lucky. The Mausoleum Guard is a little slow, and we don't have equipments. Well, we Rally the Peasants, which we could all splash. But if we're going to splash Rally the Peasants, we might as well just take this. I think it's fine. Splash some red removal. Can do a lot of things. Maybe we can get rid of this guy then and put the other 5-drop in. Jeesh. Good freaking pack for me. Can only take 1 card, unfortunately. So it's either Bonds of Faith, Victim of Night, or Moan. We don't have strong zombie synergies, but we do have synergy with stopping their dudes from doing stuff. And we have synergy with killing their guy, which, well, we don't actually have Morbid, so it's not like we have that much. What humans do we have that we could benefit from for this? Not much. Well, he could be a mega thing, but he's more of a tool than a axe. Man, Moan can get so much good. I think I might just take Victim of Night. It just kills the thing. I don't have to worry about it as much. Bonds doesn't beat everything. I do like this. I wish we were getting red or sorry, white or black cards here. We didn't take the... See, Rally the Peasants would be better if we'd taken the Mausoleum Guard. I don't really... I've seen decks with 2 rallies. I mean, that's a cool thing and all. It does some things. We got Midnight Haunting. We can take the Amulet as the slightly more conservative play here. Smooth some draws out. And Rally could come around, but I doubt it because there's no white here. We're just not creature heavy enough for me to endorse it. Jeez. Rally all the peasants. Why don't you? So, Voiceless Spirit is the one I jumped to here, although there's a Thraben Sentry, a Markov Patrician, and a Rally the Peasants. And a Halbert. The Halbert doesn't do much for us. It's nice with the little Geist to throw it on, or with the Spirits to sack one to put it on something, but... Evasion... dude that can first strike, I think, slightly beats out the Patrician and this dude. And the Blazing Torch is also consideration, but I'm light on creatures. Another one that doesn't have much for us. We got another Smite the Monstrous, but I don't think we want to double up on that. And we've got a simple 2-drop, which fits our curve very well. Once again, we're kinda not getting the white and the black. I'm not crazy about 2 Fence Snakes in a deck that doesn't have Morbid Activation. Could take the sideboard card against stuff. I think we can get, and we already have a full deck, so if we play the Pitchburn Devils, I think we're okay. There's another Pitchburn Devils here. Could just take those instead. Don't want a ton of 5-drops, but I've never actually played this and I don't know that I would. Hopefully we get some way to sacrifice him, I suppose. It's fine. This is a target opponent. Darn, figured me out. I'm pretty happy with where this deck is, though. Didn't we get one of these? Yeah. No respect. Can play as many as we want now. Alright, so we definitely have enough cards for a real respectable deck. Our only excuse now is to rally the freaking peasants. Must rally all peasants to the nearest shopping mall. Rally and shop. Someday, Gruesome Deformity. When we face that deck with no removal and no black, and no white in this case, someday you are just going to get in there and beat. Preferably on something that can beat. See if that gets in there. Nope. Oh yes, that's good. 14 creatures, heavy on the 3 drops, then gets really expensive. So this deck has some cost issues to work out. Could drop the Pitchburn Devils, and we're playing the Traveler's Amulet regardless. I just don't know if we count it as a land or not. We've only got 1 double white. And we've only got 2 double black, and the Victim of Night it's not exactly expected or necessary to be super early, but we've got tons of early white that definitely want to get out there and do something. We missed out on any really good self-sacrifice that would enable a few of these things to be better, so that's not ideal, but it's rare that you get the ideal deck. This is above average, at least for me. Don't think we want to play multiple peasant rallies because, although we should play the foil one if we're going to play any. Always play foil. The peasant rally comes late for the win and then can do a ton of damage. That's the idea. It has a lot of ways to do damage and a lot of ways to... It's not the best hold 'em off deck, but it can. It has ways to leverage its bomb rares. Bomb. He's not mythic. You're mythic in my book. Don't really have any other white or black that we'd want to put in for the red. Really heavy on 4 and 5 drops has me nervous. Like, we threw this guy in like automatically, but the spirit synergies are on the lower side. It's like Chapelgeist and Voiceless Spirit and Midnight Haunting. It's okay. We didn't get any put stuff in the graveyard, but white-black doesn't have as much. We're not blue. So it makes it harder to get Unburial Rites going if we don't, you know, because you can't dump it in the graveyard. It would have been great to have some method to dump these things in the graveyard and then unburial it. Combobombo again! Maybe we'll face off this time, or did you beat me last time? I can't remember. Him and I played yesterday in a draft and I did not win. So frustrating. This game, though, is not going to be frustrating. It's going to be excellent. Stuff like this feels a little weak in this deck. Is it because there's hardly any humans? Probably. Probably a good reason. It's not very many humans, there's not very many there's no equipment. Well, okay. There's not no equipment. Just none that cares about people. Really? 2 red? I think you need 2 red here. Don't you? Yeah, I think so, with the Rally the Peasants also. 7/7/2 with Traveler's Amulet. Seems a little risky. Victim of Night. Took it over Bonds of Faith. I could easily see myself regretting that. Bonds of Faith. You know, Bonds of Faith also doesn't help you if they have a lot of humans, and I don't have enough humans to make me feel like it powers me up that much. I got like 3. Well, he's a human. 1, 2. I mean, it doesn't matter now, I suppose. 3-ish humans. Yeah, that was tricky. Okay, we will start here. Is this a deck that we can play 16 lands on, even with the amulet? Well, more than half the spells are cheaper, on the cheaper side. It's just, this seems... Well, the fact that there's no 6 seems a little denser here. Hard to cut them, though, when you don't have anything to replace them. I can replace them with the land. That's okay. We will start here and work our way up to greatness.